KJ Wright from the Seattle Seahawks, and you are watching NorbFam.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is NorbFam coming at you with another episode of Hawks Real Talk to break down the game we just saw on Sunday, the Seahawks against the Patriots, where the Seahawks did emerge victorious in a nail-biter. I think all my nails are gone. 23-20 with an overtime field goal. Crazy, crazy. Yet another insane, entertaining game, but the most important thing is they got the win to go to 2-0 in the season. And first place, baby. First place in the NFC West. You got to like that. So we're going to break this down today. It's a small crew. It's just going to be me at Sky High Aviation. The boys have got college commitments going on, but Sky High in North Dakota always got time for me, so I appreciate that. So I'm going to bring him in without further ado and get this show rolling. What's up? We got Sky High Aviation live from North Dakota. How's it going?
It's going good, Norb. Happy to be, in the winning side of things this week again. And, I'm just happy to get it going early this week as well. And, unfortunately, the other guys are missing out. But, as you said, they've got important things to be doing. So, yeah.
I said college things. Nick's still in high school, but he is a senior year. And I know senior year is a big, busy time of the year. So you guys are forgiven. We'll get you next time. But I can't wait to talk about this. I as you'll see soon enough, Sky High is going to be drawing up some plays, breaking it down for us in the excellent way that he does. But let's just get some overall just thoughts on the game. What you saw, the good, the bad, the ugly is what I always like to kind of look at. So what did you see in this game? Kind of give me your breakdown of this entire game here.
Yeah, I saw a gritty Seahawks team on the field. This obviously, my prediction was not really accurate. If you watched the stream last week, and maybe we'll revisit it again at some point.
We will revisit at the end. We will look at our predictions. But yes, I think we were all a little more optimistic that we would be a little more comfortable, but it was not very comfortable. Yeah, you're right about that.
It wasn't a very comfortable game to be a part of, but it was one of those games where we kind of got in, got the job done, and it got out, and it's a win's a win in the end. And we kind of escaped at the grasp of the Patriots. Honestly, I was really disappointed with the run game. I thought we really didn't have a plan for it. We sort of really abandoned it and then kind of tried to go back to it in the second half, and it never really worked. Geno Smith threw the ball over 40 times in that game. The defense impressed me again, albeit the run defense needs some work. I think tackling was a little bit less subpar than what it was in week one, where it was a tackling showcase. But I still think there was a lot of positive signs, especially from the defenses. They kept us in the game, and obviously, when going back to offense, we have Ryan Grubb as our play caller. And obviously there's a lot of things that he's still learning as well, so we got to give it time. Not all things are going to mesh together, but the run game is a bit concerning, yes. The offensive line play is a bit concerning, but there's nothing that I think we can't fix continuing to go forward into the season. And obviously there's one takeaway from this game or two takeaways from this game is that special teams are very important, and that Geno Smith is a top 10 quarterback in this league still behind he was able to walk us through that game, especially on the offensive side. And 2-0 sounds fun. Ready to make it 3-0.
For sure, man. I think you nailed it, the hammer on the head. I know it's a small sample size, but it doesn't matter, right? I mean, every game is an important. It's not like baseball where you can go, it's 3 games in. We got plenty of baseball. Every game, I mean, there's a stat out there that if a team starts out 0-3, pretty much you're not making the playoffs. So you got to win one of those first 3 games or you're in big trouble. So to be sitting 2-0 is awesome, regardless of how you get it done. But I think you're right. The things that I'll start with the good. Like I said, Geno was amazing. 3 for 44, 327 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. I think he ran a bit too. But man, he was just in control. A lot of times running empty backfield, meaning that everybody knew he was going to throw the football. And and with a offensive line that was not exactly stellar. He had to deal with that pressure in his face all day. But man, he just found a way to get it done, and it drives me crazy. We'll talk more about this, but even during the live stream when the game wasn't even over yet, I had so many people already saying, fire Geno, put Sam Howell in, this and that. I'm like, man, these guys are so quick to hate on Geno. I just don't understand it. I like to think that his performance in the end shut him up, especially that last drive. But I don't know. I feel like the guy's got to win a Super Bowl to finally get people off his back. And even if he wins it, they might still not like him. They might go, all right, what's the defense? Geno was just a guy. He didn't do anything. So who knows? I think some people just cannot let it go. But either way, Geno was spectacular. Special teams. Man, we've been special all year, right? I mean, we had some bad moments last week with the muffed punt. But then, Jason Myers, I knock on some wood everywhere because that dude has been perfect all year. Now, there's another guy that people love to hate on, right? And that's what drives me crazy. Geno and Jason, they never get credit when they do something good. They only get, raked across the coals whenever things don't go well. But when they're doing great, no one wants to say, Jason Myers, he's really earned that contract. What a great kicker we have. Nobody says that. They just sort of quietly go, okay, well, that's good. We got to win. So that drives me crazy. So those two especially, and then, special teams, man. If Julian Love doesn't block that kick, we probably lose that game. So and how often do you block a field goal these days? It's such a rare thing, and he got that thing done, diving across, boom, knocked the ball out of the air, saved it to where Geno didn't have to go all the way down the field. He only had to kick a field goal, and that's exactly what they did to send it to overtime. The bad and the ugly. Running game, non-existent, and as soon as we found out Kenneth Walker Jr. was not going to play, we knew it was going to get ugly, but I didn't think it'd get that ugly. But it just kind of added to from the bad to the ugly, is that it revealed how in trouble we are with our offensive line. We've got it's not just our right tackle. It's not just, when Abe Lucas comes back, we'll be fine. We've got problems across the board. Every single one is probably a guy you can go, he's not playing that great. Cross is doing all right, but he's still letting guys get pushed back into the quarterback. Left guard is spotty at best. Center, he missed a lot of blocks, and so he's kind of questionable. Right guard, they're shifting guys, mixing in Christian Haynes and who's we got Tomlinson on the left, and on the right is Bradford. It's hard to watch sometimes. And then right tackle, like I said, Forsythe, who's our third string tackle, might have been the best performer out there, frighteningly so. So anyway, and that's not going to get fixed anytime soon. We're not just going to suddenly poof, hey, we got a good O-line now. We're going to have to be dealing with this all year. So that's a little concerning because I don't know how long. We can't expect Geno to come out and do a performance like he just did every single game, because that's going to catch up in one way, shape, or form, whether it be interceptions, sacks, and all that. So, but on the other side of the greatness is our defense. That's as much as our O-line is inconsistent, our defense has been consistent. Yes, like you mentioned, the tackling was not quite as stellar as it was in the first game, where we felt like every tackle they're getting taken to the ground. But then again, look at what the Patriots' offense was. They basically had two weapons. They had Hunter Henry, the tight end, and they had Stevenson, the running back, and a couple other guys too. But that was it. They either ran the ball or threw the tight ends. The receivers, I don't think they had more than 50 yards total for the whole game. At one point, Hunter Henry had 5 times the yardage of the rest of the team or something like that. It's crazy. So, but they buckled up, and when it counted, they got the stop. New England got the ball at overtime. They got the stop and gave Geno and the offense the ball, and they had to go pretty much the length of the field. Well, not the length of the field. They had to go from the 20. They had to go from the 20 and just get into field goal range, and they got it done. So defense is exciting. I know you're breaking it down, but I'm still as excited about the defense as I was last week, and I think what's impressive about this is really the adjustments the coaches made, because clearly things weren't working in the first half. We weren't stopping the tight end. We couldn't run the football, and then they just changed things up, and all of a sudden it was okay, they're neutralizing things and getting this kind of evened out to where things were kind of working out. So I'm impressed by the way they're able to alter the game plan and not just stick to it and just keep ramming your head against the wall. So end result was a scant win, 23-20, and that's all that matters in the end. So, that's kind of my take on it as well. So, Wait, so any other comments by you before you dissect the plays that you've chosen here? 10 plays, right?
Yeah, 10 plays. As much as you love to talk about the run defense, or the defense as well, the run defense was kind of, it was okay as well. Stevenson, I would give them credit. A lot of their large running plays came off broken tackles or missed tackles from our defense. But then again, give them credit. They were able to hold them through. The secondary has been a no-fly zone the entire season, albeit it's only been 2 weeks and against two not-so-great quarterbacks and not-so-great passing teams. But it's a positive sign of things to possibly come.
Yeah. Now, before you do the breakdown, I want to just hit some people out in the comments who have been chatting it up here. Feel free to say where you're watching from as well. But we got Ancient Hawk, Tyler Moreno, Ken Ruiz, Alena Dahl, of course, my lovely moderator. And she said, Hawks won as an early birthday gift for NorbCam. Yes, my birthday is Thursday. It's a couple more days away, so I'm going to be turning the big 5-5. I will be eligible for senior menu discounts, baby, come Thursday, which is insane. No, I'm not excited about that, dude. I'm just joking. It's going to be kind of sad that I can actually sit down at Denny's and go, can I get the senior Grand Slam, please? Yeah. Let me get my bifocal out so I can read the menu. It's going to be a sad day when that happens, and it's only 2 days away. Ken Ruiz says defense looks good.
And Norb, you look great for 55, though, you know?
I love how you put the 4 something. You look great for 55. You always love that.
You know?
Right? Wow, she looks good for being a mom of 3. And I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. I pride myself on trying to fight my old age as much as possible. Hak toi!
Yeah.
Alena, yeah, even Lofa's sick of the fire. Get rid of Gino. Me too. Yeah, for sure. Tan Fam worried about the Saints. I think the whole league's worried about the Saints. Saints are like going at a ridiculous pace right now. If they continue this way, they'll score 100 points every game. That's how bad it is. It's crazy. Tyler PSK asked Norb, I'm down.
He wants to take Nick's spot. He wants to take Nick's spot because Nick's been slacking.
All right, he's been slacking. Well, we'll bring him in at the end. here.
Oh, no, it's going to go off the script there.
Alexander Matthews, bad online, but 2-0. Yeah. Lena blocked the kick. Tom is cool TV. Where's part 2 of the music prediction video? Oh, that's a good question. The music prediction video, I released the first 3 games at the start of the season. So I'll get, this is the 3rd game's coming up this weekend, and obviously we'll be in the week 4 after that. So I will release, the plan is release the rest of it next week before where are we at after the Dolphins? Is that Monday night? That's Monday night, right?
We're against
the Lions.
Detroit. That's gonna be a great game.
That's gonna be great. I hope. So it's before the Detroit Monday night primetime game. So yeah, let's just continue down the line here, and but keep commenting away, and I'll try to look at it when I can. But Sky High, the floor is yours. You ready to break it down?
Yeah, I believe we also got a super chat as well at some point.
Wait, did I miss one? Oh, we do. It's right here. It's right here. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Shable with the super chat. Thank you for the support. Thanks for being here.
Chat.
Thanks. Thank you, guys. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I got a shout out to the sponsor of this show. I got a green screen. This video is being brought to you by a sponsor here, BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. They are running a special promo right now. If you were betting on the Hawks right now, you'd be killing it because they've been pretty much covering the spread every time. But if you sign up and open up an account on BetUS, they'll match your first deposit 150%. So if you put in $100, they'll give you an extra $150 on top of that, and then 125% on the next 2, up to $2,000. So if online gambling is legal in your state, make sure you check it, and make sure of your legal age and you don't have a gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Check it out, and gamble responsibly. But you can have some fun and have a little extra money to play with because of the promotion by BetUS. All right, let's get to it. I'm ready to see this breakdown. I can't wait. You ready?
Oh, I guess I'll always be ready. All right.
Let's do it.
Well, something that hasn't. Sorry, let me get my crap together.
Oh, we're talking about the kickoff.
We're going to talk about the kickoff. The funky kickoff, because that hasn't been talked about. Hold up. There we go. This hasn't been talked about enough. And film reviews are in place, so let's go ahead and speak on the kickoff.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Nothing wrong with
It
this.
always feels like a glitch in the. It always feels like a glitch in the matrix when he kicks because it's like the people are stuck. It's like, oh, they're frozen.
Yeah. All right, so nothing's really changed from it at all. The ball was kicked at the same distance, right? For those that don't understand, what they essentially did is that they moved. I can't remember if they moved. If the players were at the 40 or at the 35, but these guys, the receiving team is usually in the same area, right? They're usually within this area lined up here. And it's bad preparation on me. And our kickoff unit is usually back here. That's what we've been used to seeing for the entirety. Now, in order to save essentially hits and people getting hurt, they've lined these guys up 5 yards apart. And so what they can't do, let me get the play started up here. Myers boots it. Everybody stays still. Maybe this guy's like a wedge or something like that. Boom. As soon as the ball's caught, these guys can move, right? But you have to take a knee. If the ball touches the end zone, the ball here's the rule, right? If the ball goes into the end zone, which is here, right? It has to either be picked up by a receiver, which hence why they have two, right? Hence why they have two. And the receiver needs to either fair catch it or take a knee, right? If the ball goes out of the end zone or out of the side of the end zone or out here, it's a touchback. But if the ball comes to the end zone and it, like, say it rests right on the Patriots logo, it needs to be picked up. It needs to be picked up and run with, or you need to pick it up or take a knee with it. You can't just leave it there. It's not like the olden days where DJ Dallas would be back and he'd be there and he'd just let it go over his head and it just bounced into the end zone and it'd be a touchback. They'd call it. What's the second part of this rule is we have something called a landing zone. So the ball can go through the end zone and out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. But also, you can't kick the ball here. You have to kick the ball. And these squares, obviously, they're not symmetrical. You have to kick the ball within what the NFL calls the landing zone. And if the ball is kicked and the receiver comes up to kick it, receive it in the landing zone, you can't fair catch it. You can't, I mean, you could go down, but the ball would be spotted there. You can't take a knee. You have to return it in the landing zone. It needs to be taken out. And so this is to essentially encourage more kick returns, also to create safer kick returns, right? It's still a distance, right? When I resume this play, you're going to see these guys get moving. They get moving quickly. Nothing's really going to change, right? Except the fact that they're closer together. But what changes is if it lands in these 20 yards, it needs to be returned. And you can't fair catch it like last year. You can't let it bounce and go out of the end zone. You can let it bounce and go out of the end zone, but if it bounces here and bounces in the end zone, it needs to be picked up. It's a live ball because it's gone past 10 yards. That's theoretically it's a live ball at that point. So that hopefully should clear up some of the confusion behind the kickoff. And no, the rules haven't changed. If the ball goes out of bounds at any point here, the ball gets placed automatic spot at the 35-yard line. So that rule hasn't changed. But that's what's new with the kickoff. It's not that new. A lot of people have asked, what's the landing zone for? That's really what the landing zone is for, to encourage kickoffs, to encourage kick returns. And so if a ball goes within inside this box here, it's a requirement. You got to take it out. So
what's interesting is statistically, I think there has been a slight bump up in returns, but I think a lot of teams are just kicking it in the end zone anyway and just taking their 30-yard line start point as opposed to risking having a guy break it. And I think we've had one kick return for a touchdown already, but most teams seem to be more often than not just kicking it into the end zone and being satisfied with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and some teams have the Cowboys this past week, they experimented with like a knuckleball kick, really just bounced here, right? Once the ball bounces, your guys are allowed. Once the ball bounces, your players are allowed to move. So say it bounces at the 15, a knuckleball, right? So this is a quick kick, right? It's got maybe 2-3 seconds of airtime. It knuckles, right? It's inside the landing zone, so it's got to be picked up. So essentially your guys have both an advantage, right? So you've got maybe another 2 seconds, maybe 1.5 seconds until that ball gets picked up. That's crucial if you want to get your guys and back them up, right? So essentially in a play that has essentially outlawed the squib and the onside kick by surprise, that's a good way to force a return and also back him up, give the opposing team bad field position. So, yeah.
Ken Ruiz has a good idea. I kind of feel the same way, which is why don't you move the kicker back another 5 or 10 yards? 5 would be fine because that's where they used to kick it from, the 30-yard line. And most of the time, the ball would end up short of the end zone. So if they really want kick returns, just do this same plan, but just have the kicker start at the 30, and then they probably won't. So anyway, thanks for the update on that, and it'll be fun to see how it evolves and what the trends tend to be as far as that's concerned. Are you ready to go to the next one?
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump. We'll go ahead and jump right into the next one. This is in the opening drive of the game, and it's just we'll watch it first, and then we'll set it down here. So it's a pass. All the time in the world. And guess who? The man who has the second best pass rush win rate, second to TJ Watt in the National Football League, number 53, Boye Mafe out of the University of Minnesota. He's just developed into a fantastic pass rusher. He's an explosive guy, and he doesn't get talked about enough, right? He's up there with the elite. When you look at the statistics, he's up there with the elite pass rushers in this game. And you see here, Seattle's playing one high deep safety. This is a rare. Looks like it's man possibly. It's not. It's a zone. It's a shallow zone. Shallow zone. And Boye Mafe, he gets double teamed, right? And when you talk about explosivity in a player, right? The guard, they're double teaming him. Seattle's rushing 4 guys. It's a 4-man standard rush. Brissett doesn't even notice, right? He's breaking out of this pocket because he sees his receivers start to break toward the sideline with their route tree, right? And Mafe is in hot pursuit. We've seen this before. He's in hot pursuit, and you're not going to outrun Boye Mafe unless maybe you're Lamar Jackson. I mean, I don't know any other quarterback besides maybe him that can outrun Boye Mafe. Maybe Kyler Murray
can outrun everybody.
Kyler Murray is also like
games.
Yeah, we'll find that out soon. But you see here, he feels the pressure. He glances over. He realizes at some point Boye Mafe is going to break away. At that point, it's an easy sack, right? It's a very easy sack, and that's just a compliment. Boye Mafe is only going to get better at doing this, right? And and our defensive line is only going to get better when Uchenna Nwosu, who arguably might be better than Boye Mafe, is going to come back, right? When you talk about Uchenna Nwosu, now you've got guys. Now you can go back to like 2014. See if you go back for a second. Now you can go back to 2014 Seahawk plays, right? And you've got Mafe out here. You got Nwosu in here. Reed, Murphy. Hell, you could switch out Reed with Leonard Williams. You've got Byron Murphy here. Maybe move Nwosu in here. Now you've got mixing and stunts. And really, what Mike McDonald was so successful with Baltimore is those disguise rushes and late blitzes, and also what Seattle did well in the 2014 when we had our Legion of Boom era is that pass rush, our flexibility of that pass rush. Guys like Boye Mafe, when you compare him to a guy like Michael Bennett, Cliff Averill, those guys could pass rush inside as well, right? And you could confuse them. You could get in guys like Bruce Irvin. You guys could have different kinds of stunts where guys would shoot different gaps, and it would really just confuse the crap out of offensive linemen, right? You'd shoot through the A and B gaps, right? And it would just really confuse teams, and I think that's what we're trending towards, right? But being able to get home with this forefront rush is great, because now when we get our guys back on defense, we know that it can get better, a lot better than what we're seeing right now. So really good. Just, again, giving Boye Mafe credit where credit is due. Nothing new from him there.
Well, I remember last year he went on that run where he had like a franchise record of sacks in a row when our defense was good and Nwosu was playing, culminating in that multi-sack game against the Giants. That's where I think the defense were playing at its peak, and then Nwosu got hurt after that, and things suddenly changed. But watching Mafe this season, in preseason, I noticed right away Mafe was just like, he was flying to the ball. I mean, extra fast, just like that. I remember him in a preseason game. I was like, man, he is really moving. And I couldn't wait to see if that would translate, and it sure enough has. He's just been on fire running after guys and like never giving up on the play. So he's always right near the ball. It's fantastic. Good breakdown. All right.
Yeah.
Next one?
Yep. So Seattle has a spread in this. We have a spread out here. We're spread offense. Norb, you mentioned earlier. You mentioned earlier how Geno was in the shotgun, empty backfield a lot with 5 offensive linemen. Previous play, New England was unable to substitute because Seattle went essentially. It was like a modified version of a huddle. Essentially, is what you want to call it. They kind of all grouped, all just stood around, all looked to the sideline for some signal play. Geno would come out. It would usually be 2 plays. Maybe they check out of it. Were you going to say something, Norb?
No, I wasn't, but I'll add to that. It's like watching that is very much the way Ryan Grubb ran it with the Huskies. It's very collegiate style where it's basically no huddle and just line up and you kind of pretend like you're running a play and everybody looks to the sideline and they flash some signs or whatever and everybody gets to play that way. It's not a lot of pro teams do that. It's such a college thing, but Ryan Grubb
and I have no clue why it's not used in the NFL when defenses are so complex these days. And you're not allowing guys to substitute, and you have the personnel that you want on the field. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a great move. It's like if you don't want them to be able to adjust to whatever your second play is, just keep them out there, and they're kind of stuck. And then, especially if they start getting tired, and they don't have to worry about running out of time because they're standing at the line already with plenty of time on the clock. It's great. It's great. It's fun to watch to see. And then they shift everything over. It's cool to see how they develop it. But go on. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. It's cool to see.
This is it's fine. This is the perfect play to run, right? So you see here we've got spread, Geno in the empty gun, motion formation, right? You're gonna draw the safety down here. You're gonna draw Smith and Jigba and lock it up here. I mean, this is a complete. I mean, if you're in the New England press box right now, defensive assistant, whatever you call it, I'm begging for a timeout right now. Holy moly! You've got one-on-ones here, or if you're trying to run a zone, which is what it looks like here, zone coverage, it's going to be a disaster in the making, right? All you need to do essentially is what's going to happen is somebody needs to get mixed up, and what happens is Charbonnet runs the route, Metcalf breaks to the outside, no communication whatsoever because these guys are thinking that these guys are like, pray to God we don't get beat deep here, right? Motion that takes the eyes, right? That takes with the Fant motion. You've got both of these defensive linemen eyes. They're down there, right? And when you've got Metcalf, who his first jump, right, his footwork is already crazy. Geno knows, right? He knows if he looks down here, he sees his footwork, and these guys are planted. In fact, they're actually going forward. It's over. You could freeze it at this frame, and I could tell you what's the result of this play. What's the result of this play, Norb?
Touchdown Seahawks, maybe 53 yards.
Exactly. It has to be a touchdown. Because look, he steps back. He cuts in. His assignment is 23's assignment is supposed to
they both cover the running back, which I love.
23's assignment is supposed to be back. It's supposed to drop back coverage. Gonzalez is supposed to undercut Charbonnet's route. And in fact, what makes this play so great is Geno's looking the entire way, and Metcalf just turns and he's wide open. Because the safety turned and hit Lockett instead. And Smith and Jigba's covered, but Metcalf's wide open. Easy. Off to the races. He tries to go celebrate with the guys with the rifles, and they turn his back immediately. It'll look a little better this way, right? Geno's protected well here. So we'll get a really good look at the offensive line. Everybody really protects long enough for this play to develop. It's not a long developing play. He goes down the sideline, and then my favorite part, he says, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's like, no, he turns his back right to him. Right?
Yeah.
He's like,
I heard he was trying to. DK was trying to imitate like the George Washington on the boat crossing the Delaware or whatever, and the guys in costume weren't having any of it. So.
I thought DK was going to grab the gun and fire the gun. That would have been celebration of the century right there. That would have been awesome.
he would have gotten fined big time for that one. Kind of like when he jumped up and embraced the upright. You can't use a prop to celebrate, so unfortunately he would have gotten in trouble. So he played it smart. He didn't get in trouble.
It's the same thing with the Salvation Army kettle, right?
Yeah, right.
Guys that jump right into the kettle, and it would be like the most funny thing ever.
Which is they're kind of foolish for not encouraging that, because that's great advertising for Salvation Army. I mean, talk about a branding product placement. I mean, they had to be over the moon when they did that. But anyway, the rules are the rules, apparently.
Yep.
So
I hate
all
rules.
right.
I break rules. All right. So I can't remember what this play is. I can never remember.
Seahawks.
Seahawks are on offense. It's a similar spread again, right? We spread our guys out. This time we've got a blocker in the backfield. New England plays that shallow 2 safety look, zone, really a nickel coverage. Oh, I know what this play is. All right, we'll break it down from the beginning. So
yeah.
So this is a very similar play to what got us the touchdown with DK. And so essentially we're gonna have a route that comes up here and an embarking route that comes out through here, and it's gonna be the same thing here, right? And New England plays these really 2 shallow safeties. And when you see what I mean, snap it right here, stop it. Now, if we go back to the protection, right? What most people will see is our guard gets completely beat right off the snap, right? So Gino also, he has no room to step up or anticipate, right? In a pocket presence throw. But what people don't notice is that even though if Gino had time, a little bit more time, or if this guy didn't have such a big reach, he steps up here. His eyes are leading the defender this way. Metcalf's already open for the touchdown. But if this defender closes, Tyler Lockett's wide open as well.
Yeah, they both got behind the secondary. Yeah, and if our line had held them for one more second, Gino hits a touchdown, probably to DK for like another 50. What is that? 45-yard touchdown.
Yeah, 45-yard touchdown. The ball gets stripped. Metcalf's got a touchdown. Lockett's got a touchdown if he wants it, and really lucky to not get intercepted. It looked like the safety was just completely out of position and nobody knew where the ball went. So we'll kind of critique that offensive line play here. The spread, I thought we would have used more tight ends. Not really.
That's Christian Haynes at right guard this time, isn't it?
Yeah. Christian Haynes just gets beat by the swim move. Charbonnet's like, you know what? I'm not even going to help out. I won't even chip. I see it happen. But Gino's got nowhere to go there. Cross has got nobody to block. It's unfortunate that Gino's arm kind of got honked down there. So yeah, it's a sign that, you know, if our offensive line holds up, that's a touchdown right there, and then we don't have to worry about overtime. And so that's a big play right there. A lot of missed opportunities that were had, not only caused by the offensive line, but also by the skill players. A few drops that were costly in this game. So, yeah, we won, but you'd like it to be a little bit of a cleaner.
It's just a few plays here and there, you know, and that's sometimes the difference, right? Just one execution, 1 second more, and it's a whole different game.
All right, so here we go.
To the defense here.
We're back on defense somewhat in the second half. It's a look man, right? Initially, Witherspoon is up on the line of scrimmage with what looks like Woolen. Could be big play Trey. I don't know. We've got a 3 safety look, right? Seattle looks like it's protecting for the passing game, right? And then we're showing blitz with our 2 linebackers, Terrence Knight and Dotson, right? And this is the greatness of Mike McDonald, right? Knowing that we can get home with a 4-man rush. It's not a blitz. In fact, it's just the guys drop back. We switch right into a zone, a deep zone. Read them like a book because they run a bunch of deep breaking patterns. And with that the case, right? That deep zone, you just need one of your guys to get home. What ends up happening is Derek Hall, he beats his assignment very easily, gets off the edge. Brissett escapes, right? He escapes. If you're watching, it's up here, right? Brissett escapes. And that allows Leonard Williams to just really just come off his block and bring down Brissett, who's a big quarterback, right? And we'll get a better look here because the angle is really bad. It's far away. Here's that disguise blitz. It looks like we're blitzing. No, we're not. Everybody breaks off into their zone before the running back has even time to get out, possibly for a check down. Hall misses in containment, but Leonard Williams is there to pick it up, and he wraps him up perfectly. Big cat.
I thought he got hurt here. I mean, he was wincing and looked like
it really looked like
streaming out in pain. I thought something happened to his ankle or his knee on that because he bends backwards awkwardly when Jason Williams tackled it right there.
It looks like it's his left knee.
Yeah,
or right knee.
But he
maybe.
continued to play, so it must not have been anything serious. But yeah, he was like, you can see he's rolling around the ground there. But yeah, Derek Hall, you're talking about Nwosu, not being here and how things might even be better when he does. Derek Hall has been playing pretty good too. I mean, really, we're getting great productivity from the tackles and the ends. I mean, it's the lines have it's like the opposite of the offensive line. The defensive line is playing lights out and just getting pressure, doing everything you want him to do. And in fact, I don't know what it was, but Brissett must just be tough to bring down because there are times I think they had probably 3 sacks in their grasp.
He's a really big guy. He's a
big dude.
If you ask a lot of people around the NFL, they'll say even despite him not getting as much opportunities and might be being teams less fortunate, he reminds me a lot of watching Ben Roethlisberger. And he's elusive, he's a sneaky little guy, but he's also a really big, tall, hunky dude who can chuck the football and who also is just really elusive. So
yeah. MJ Daniel, good comment. With that bad running game, they should have lost. Geno was the man. Yes, he really was. He really stood up. But yeah, and not only was he Brissett hard to take down, they had him. There were times when they had him in the backfield and he slipped away somehow and avoided the sack. And other times they actually had him wrapped up and just long enough for him to like throw the ball away before his knee hit the ground. So he avoided like at least 3 sacks like that. And there were a couple where they had him and he just like danced and moved out of the way and got away. So one of them he actually broke free and ran for a chunky yards or something. It was like, man, they had him in the backfield and he slipped away. So
Big Ben.
It still speaks to the effectiveness of the defensive line, even when they didn't get home. The pressure's been there pretty consistently. All right, what you got next?
Well, you know what?
Another defensive play.
More defensive play because, the defense struggled in the run game, but there's just so much positive coming from this defensive front. Right now, Seattle has we've got essentially what looks like a 4-3, almost 3-4 look, 4-3 look on the defensive front here. And if I want you to point things out here, this is Hall, Mafe, Murphy, Williams, right? Those are your probably your best 4 right now that you can put out there. And it's a clear and obvious passing play. Quick little in-breaking and out-breaking patterns. Everything's really looks like it's taking care of New England. Play's still not developing. But look at the Seattle defense, right? The secondary plays a good role in this play. And what the result of the play is because everybody follows their assignment correctly. Look, right? Everybody's on lockdown. He's looking for that tight end because Henry has had a great game, right? Henry, people that have him on fantasy, he's getting crushed, right? But Seattle, Julian Love, in the second half, just did a great job of being that guy to take care of Henry, right? Nobody's open. Oh, crap. It's been 2 or 3 seconds now, and this beautifully run zone concept. Boy, Mafe's free. There's another guy who's free as well. And it's just, at this point, it's a race. Who wants the sack, right? Mafe whiffs on the pump fake, and it's Byron Murphy, I believe.
Oh yes, that was his first official sack as a Seahawk.
And we're gonna get a really good look here at that technique, right? Low man wins in football. Look how low he gets here. Boom, right? He kind of drops those hips, which is textbook, right? Textbook in the not drop the hips, not drop to the ground, but he gets lower, right? He kind of drops his hips, right? Look, see, he's using those legs, right? He kind of arches back a little bit, uses those legs to get in on that interior offensive lineman. He's just stronger than them at that point. At that point, it's just break a chain, go out there, share the sack with Leonard, Big play. Way to get that
Ooh.
first career sack right there, right? So
Yeah, we were kind of we've been waiting for that, right? We didn't really call out Byron Murphy's name last week, but we got to do it a couple times. So that was a big moment in the game for sure.
Yeah.
Is this the play I think it is?
No,
game saver.
There's only like 6. There's only like what did I say? There's only like 5 seconds left in the clip, so we'll go to clip 7.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And it is what you think it is because guess what? Special teams matter. And I don't really know how special teams are run, but it's not normal to have 2 guys back. We've got an overloaded right side. No clue where Julian Love is. Oh, there he is. He's right there.
Yeah, I know he came off the right edge. Somehow I'm curious to see this because I wonder how he got in there.
These guys are like jumping too. They're ready to fire off.
Oh, he split the gap.
He just went right through.
Split the gap, got the inside.
Right. So obviously, when we're talking about special teams, when you've got your winger here, oh crap, and you got your wingers here, right? Their job is to essentially stay low and just kind of hook the outside guys, make them go around or stop them. And the interior is solely these guys, right? So Seattle overloads on one side, right? New England really doesn't notice it. It's kind of smart. Jay Harbaugh is kind of smart because it's kind of deceptive because you can't really count how many guys are on this side. But he also keeps Rayshon Jenkins out back here, which kind of just acts as a little bit of a distractor in a sense that he just really splits the gaps. He gets right to it. He barely got a piece of it. And he's just celebrating. The ball goes out the back of the end zone. We'll get a really good look here, right? Seattle strong loads that side. And the entire purpose is so that Julian Love can sneak right through. And right then and there, you see it, right? The whole play is just to attempt the block. You see Witherspoon, who's on the edge, who's known for getting around, just kind of stands there. And it's blocked. And that's a game-saving play, right? That's it. If I'm Mike McDonald, I don't know if he did, but I'm giving a game ball to him for that. That's a game-saving play. Special teams are important, and that's an example why.
They had six defenders lined up on 4, if you don't include the center. So yeah, there's definitely a mismatch there. So yeah, you count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the right of the center. There's only 3. Yep. There's only 3 on the other side. It's just interesting that there's definitely odds are in our favor, and it worked out.
Yep. So we'll go on to clip 7 or clip 8 here. I believe this is it.
Defense getting a lot of love today.
Nope, this is not it. All right, here we go. It's early. All right, here we go. I believe this is the third down. This is the third down and short. We're in overtime.
Overtime.
Big.
Yeah.
We need a really, really big play here. New England, this is like, don't even put these guys out here, right? This is the least obvious run play, least obvious run attempt here in the wing formation, essentially, right? You got the wing. Let me visualize it for us. Easy wing formation, right? Wings. Right? Bird. We got the wing formation. So Seahawks fans, maybe if you were older hacks, you're used to seeing, I bet you were used to seeing Max Strong on one side and Sean Alexander on the other like that for in the early 2000s.
Yep.
So a lot of wing formations, but man in motion, hopefully to draw someone away. There you go. Look at that. OG Mike Holmgren formation right there. It's just to draw the defender away, possibly create a gap. But instead, the gap that's created is perfectly read by our linebackers, and that's Tyrell Dotson, whose name we called on a lot. Makes the game-saving tackle right there, right? And it's short, and he can't go for it then. Shoots the gap perfectly.
Wasn't it like 3rd and 4 or something like that?
It wasn't
that big a yardage.
Right, the whole concept of the play is good, right? It gets the guy's feet moving, and then when you turn them around, you got your eyes moving, but nobody really flinches. Everybody stays home. They watch the ball, and it's a really it's an intelligent, high IQ play from all our guys on the defensive line, the defensive end, defensive as a whole. Really not overcommitting. Maybe a few years ago, that plays a first down and then some. So it's a really good job by our defense there. And, they allow us to get the ball back. And this might have been
did their job. Set up the game-winning drive. Is that where we're going here? Are we going to the game-winning drive here?
We are. Yes.
All right.
Spoiler alert, we're not watching the game-winning field goal. It's a 31-yard attempt. Go figure. You could probably go out to your local football field and kick that. Easier said than done. Don't be like Norb and tear a hamstring. This was by far the gutsiest play of the game. And if Charbonnet was not going to show up at all, he showed up for this one play, and it really is kind of just. I got to remember how it goes. Really, a bunch receivers here. The plan is to really get DK open, right? But Gino's under pressure right away. They bring blitz. Charbonnet's just really out for the option, but everybody's so focused on our skill guys, right? The whole play is essentially like a mesh concept, right? We get our guys flowing, and you have the one underneath who's your target, right? You get the entire flow of traffic, right? And then somebody down the sideline possibly to help block for a defender. Well, that doesn't work, right? Charbonnet just breaks out of the backfield. Gino dumps it off. He just makes the catch, and now it's off to the races. He gets tripped up, leans over. That's an effort play, right? You may not have had a great game. Charbonnet may have went into the locker room after and been like, "Oh, I can't believe I had such a bad game. I let the run game down. I feel like I didn't have my best game." That all changes when you have a play like that, right? It changes completely. This is a play where, regardless of how your night has went, right? New England showing blitz. This 1 second on the play clock. Snap the ball. I got the ball. Oh shit! I gotta get the first down. That's an effort play, right? Some people might have gone down right then and there. But he uses that extra momentum, carries himself, lunges, kind of somersaults right over. Yeah. He knows I have to get the first down, and he does. And he says right away, "I got it." And that you see that sideline, right? The sideline, they haven't really been calling you up, right? I don't know how that's. Hadn't really been calling you up. We got legions of people off the sideline. Maybe if that ref's looking that way, we get a 15-yard penalty because this dude's on the field. He can't be there. So, Mike McDonald, I have no clue where he is, but maybe he's celebrating somewhere. And that's an effort play. That's something that you can respect out of Charbonnet, and that's a play that we may not win the game without that. So
we had a lot of plays that were like, if not for that play, we probably don't win. We had a bunch of them in a row. But that's what it is when it's an overtime and you got to drive that. You got to, if you don't get it, you give the ball back to the other team with a chance to win it with a field goal. Yeah, that was huge. Every play magnified on its importance as it got closer and closer to the end of time. Right. Charbonnet definitely made up for that. He had kind of a quiet day, but he's not the only one who had a quiet day and then came up heroic. And I'm sure that we're going to see that too. But we'll let you continue with the breakdowns.
Yep. So this man was he was very, 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 very quiet all day. I was shocked that they hadn't thrown the ball more to prevent, it was a little gray earlier. It would have had the pause and play button over it. So we're just going to start it right here. This is a design rollout play. Noah Fant blocking. We've got extra blockers. Design rollout play to get Smith and Jigba here. To get Metcalf, he's got an option route. Either go here or here, depends on where Gino sets his feet. And Lockett's all the way over here is supposed to come around, right? Well, whether or not this was part of the route concept, which it makes it when Lockett makes his cut, it looks like it was. It's like he got eyes in the back of his head almost. He's played scramble ball with Russell Wilson for years. Gino sets his feet. Lockett's looking at him, and he knows that if I can get turned around here, I've got possibly a touchdown, right? DK, he's also open as well in stride, and this is overall just a really well-designed play. Lockett's kind of got this, almost like a wheel back route, almost like a triangle, cuts back over there, and then Geno, he's about to get tackled. He makes a tough throw. The toughest throw to make in the National Football League is going against your arm side and throwing accurately to a moving target, right? He's throwing from his left side, moving to his left. His momentum is carrying to his left. Lockett's moving to the left. This ball has to be dropped into a bucket, right? Most guys, if you try and make that throw, the ball's going way out over here. It's overthrown. It's a bit of an overthrow. You try and lead your receiver to it. This might be one of the best throws of Geno's career. I'm that adamant to stand by it. See the play develop, sets his feet, restarts, almost slips. It's just a touch pass, and he makes a catch. Lockett's like, "Where's guy?" And then a rare Lockett gets tackled. He just throws the ball, gets a first down. We'll look at it better here. We'll look at more of Geno's footwork here. As we see the receiver in motion, get a bit more of that pre-play action. Boom, sets his feet, eyes. He's already got his guy in target. Moves. Just real strong ball command right there. And he finds Lockett at that point, and he got the first down. I'm like, okay, now you're starting to feel good, right? Now we're starting to feel good about this. And we end up going down there a few plays later. Kick it for the win. Get out of here, 2-0. Long flight home.
I think what's cool about that play too is that it wasn't designed to go that way, right? The first half was designed, as you said, everybody's it's flowing to the right, and you got DK maybe going a post route. But what happened when Geno pivoted? That's the improvisation right there. He's just kind of, it's not happening. He's not open. And so that shift back, it was the fact that Geno and Lockett kind of knew if all the hell breaks loose, we can go back the other way. And if they're both not on the same page, there's probably an incomplete pass, throws it away or something. But the fact that Lockett and him just kind of knew, like as soon as he stopped, he knew Lockett would be there. And
it's what you get for playing with Russell Wilson for 7 years. When you play for Russell Wilson with 7 years, you get used to scramble ball. We talk about one of the most iconic plays that Russell's ever made is when the snap went over his head, picks it up, runs around. None of his guys give up on the play because they know he's dangerous, right? He can make that play. Right. Lockett catches it. And that play really, when you talk about the wild card again in Minnesota, where it was
that was the ice game, right?
Yeah, that was the ice game. That was the game-changing play right there. That was the play that turned the momentum. And obviously, a little bit of luck also helped us win that game. But that's experience. I'm not sure that any other receiver on the field does that. That's purely experience based from Tyler Lockett, and that's why he's probably one of the most, if not the most intelligent receiver in football, in terms of football IQ, but also in terms of route running, he's superb when it comes to that. So that'll conclude all our plays that we're looking at for tonight.
I think what's kind of cool about that, I want to shout out Deron Johnson, he says, "What's up, NorbCam? Congrats on your win, bro," from a Ravens fan. Man, Ravens fans got to be like a little freaked out right now. Starting off 0-2. They should be 1-1 if not for a guy's toe being too long this way. But they're in that 0-2 threat zone where you start out 0-3. It's almost a death sentence to the playoffs in modern football. So they're there with the Rams 0-2. Bunch of other teams are 0-2, but those are two that you're kind of expecting to be up in the top, facing a potential, threat to your playoff lives, and you're only the third week of the season. So, we'll see how that goes. Deron Johnson, and shout out to Ian. Thanks for watching. But it's amazing how football does really come down. It's a game of inches, and it is a game of just the right moment, the right play at the right time. And if you get it, it changes the game. If you don't get it, well, you end up going, we lost that game. But, I look back at that in another game, the Chiefs playing, who'd they play? They played the Bengals, right?
Yep.
And they were, end of the game, Cincinnati had this game almost in hand, and it was 4th and I think 16. The Chiefs had to get 4th and 16 to stay alive in the game. Anything else, the game's over. and they throw a pass down the field, pass interference, questionable call, but when you review it, it was pass interference. People want to say, oh, the refs just wanted the Chiefs to win. But you don't make that interference. You don't make that penalty. They won the game. And now the Bengals are facing an 0-2 start and potentially 0-3 in a doubtful playoff season. Again, one of those teams I think everybody expected the Bengals to be right there, and here they are facing a 0-3 disaster. So Deron Johnson says it's the coaching. I agree. The coaching is definitely does play a huge part in all this. And Beef Stroganoff started to talk about the Dolphins game, which we were going to get into next. 3-0 if we don't lose to Skylar Thompson. Like, who the hell is Skylar Thompson? Well, we're going to find out because Tua Tagovailoa has been officially ruled out of this game. I think placed on IR.
It's Skylar from Breaking Bad.
Skylar. I don't want to be saying Skylar's name except when he's on his back. That's what I want to be saying about Skylar. Rooting for the Rams this week against San Francisco. Yeah.
San Francisco's kind of like bare bones at this point. They got Deebo's out.
Like they got Deebo's out. CMC is out. All you got now is Brandon Ayuk and Kittle.
Kittle's out too. He got carted off the field.
What? Kittle did?
He got carted off the field against Minnesota.
I missed that one. I missed that one. But yeah, it was crazy. Tay Dub, knowing the Seahawks, they will manage to keep this game close for no reason. Well, so far, that's been the case. So, Kenneth Walker playing. I have not heard anything about Kenneth Walker. We probably won't know until Friday when they release the injury report. But, it's I don't know. I don't know if he practiced today. I haven't heard any updates yet, so we'll find out. But let's talk about this Dolphins game. So, I want to, I want to see what your take was before finding out about Tua being, out and injured. And how much did that change? Does that change the game? We'll do our predictions in a second. But, what's your feeling about this game now that Tua's not playing?
Now that Tua's not playing or before?
What was it before, and then how did that change when Tua went out? I guess what I want to know.
Well, before I felt like this was going to be our first real test of the season, right? This is somewhat of a playoff caliber team, a well-coached team, a unique team in terms of the offensive skills that they have. They got Tyreek Hill, they got Waddle, they got all these guys. They got A-Chain. They've got a dynamic a group of skill players similar to our team. And I really felt like it was going to be a real test for our secondary with Tua. And, I still felt like we had a competitive edge defensively against that team, along with the offense as well. Miami defense has been somewhat impressive. In the first game they were impressive, and in the second game they really got taken advantage of by Buffalo. So that's somewhat of a good sign. Now that Skylar Thompson is the quarterback, I think they could. They could stick with their plan, which I thought would have been to throw it a lot, to get a lot of misdirection plays, a lot of guys going against the grain. Now I really think that with Skylar Thompson, they're going to try and really lean on that run game, especially with how New England kind of ran the ball against us in week 2. And I think that might be something that they're going to try and do, really protect Skylar Thompson, not try and, have him make too many mistakes, make it a really easy passing game plan play with him, get guys in space, make some easy throws. So, and then run the ball a lot. I think that's really what we're going to see on Sunday. So not quite the test that we were really expecting, but obviously their offense is a threat as long as Tyreek Hill is in wide receivers. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that goes through. But I expect to see a lot more running plays and maybe some quick short passes. Nothing really too flashy. Maybe a few flashy plays because they're the Dolphins. So,
well, what's interesting is, watching that Bills game against the Dolphins last week before Tua got hurt, they were getting killed before he got knocked out of the game. It'd be one thing if it was like a close game where they were winning and then Tua got knocked out and then suddenly things went south. But they were losing 31-10 before Tua got injured, which is kind of the shame of it too. Like what's he doing, putting himself in harm's way in a game where you're pretty much already out of it?
It's unfortunate for him
to put himself in harm's way in a way that potentially could jeopardize the rest of his career. But so they were already struggling. I don't know if it's just the Dolphins having a bad night or the Bills really being that good, or what it was. But hopefully the Seahawks can do a little study on what was happening even before Tua went down. But watching Skylar Thompson after he came in, man, I mean, he was just like, he was not ready. I mean, he looked like literally was just planning to hold a clipboard all day. Like, what? I'm in? Oh, okay, let's warm up with 2 throws.
Yeah,
and he looked like lost when he got thrown out there.
To be fair, I think the Dolphins were done by the time he came in anyway. I mean,
True.
if you look at it. So, I mean, it's not a good situation. It's not a good situation at all for Miami with what they're in right now. So, you look to take advantage of it.
I agree, because I kind of had, so far the season's playing out exactly how I figured it would, which is kind of a soft landing spot in the first 2 games. Them kind of, I call them like must-win games. That if you don't win these first one of the, at least one, if not both of the first 2 games, you're already like giving away what should be a win. So they took care of it, and I thought too that this was going to be the biggest challenge, potentially first loss of the year against the Dolphins, but that was before Tua got knocked out. So it does change things. I mean, how can it not? I'm not sure how much the betting lines have changed since before Tua. I think they were still favored. Weren't we still favored in this game before?
I think we are. We could verify using BetUS, of course, to verify.
That's true. That's true. That's a good way to check it. I might just do a quick look at it while we do that. But one thing we should also do is we got to talk about our score predictions. But before we do that, we need to see what happened last time and see how accurate we were when you and Nick and I did our score predictions for the Patriots game. Let's see how that actually remind ourselves and the audience out there what our predictions were for last week.
Yeah, so I will say the Seahawks will win 24-17, Seattle.
And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a 27-10 Seattle Seahawks victory.
In the end, when the dust settles in New England, it's going to be Seattle 21, Patriots 17.
You were right. No.
All right. There you go.
Wait, I can't.
What? You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. What?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say something.
No. I was just laughing. My predictions look so bad. I was like, I don't know. What
did you say? 27-10? What you
said?
I
was like, yeah. This game, we'll stop and run. We'll stop the run game. We'll do this. We'll do that. And we'll score a few points offensively. But you know what?
It sounded good. They decided. I thought it was going to be something like that.
Just wait till the Thursday night prediction for the 49ers. We'll be off the hook for that.
Yeah, that's going to be rare form. So we were all a little bit optimistic. I think Nick and I both had it by a touchdown. You had it by a little bit more than that. It turned out to be a field goal in overtime. So we did kind of overestimate a little bit of what actually happened. But let's see what we'll look at the BetUS odds after this. But let's talk about this prediction. Sky High, you seem to be leaning towards a positive trend. But what's your prediction for this? Actually, after I shout out this super chat from AD.
Oh, yeah.
Norb, crazy again, man. I didn't listen to the last 9 minutes because I thought we lost. But nope.
Boy.
Will part 2 of the prediction video be next week, you said? Yes, that's the plan, is next week before week number 4, which would be that Lions primetime game. So, yes, I'm with you. I was starting to think around the 4-minute mark when they got the ball before the field goal block, I was starting to think, oh, man, we might be in some trouble here. And I was starting to think we might lose this game. And then the block field goal happened, and all of a sudden we had life. So it made all the difference. Got the field goal, got the overtime, and that was that. So, all right, Sky High, let's hear your prediction for the Seahawks-Dolphins game on Sunday.
Yeah, I think, honestly, this is going to be a bit of an interesting game. I say that about every game, though, so, it is what it is.
Yes, you do.
So, you know what? I think Seattle is going to come out. I think we're going to be a little bit more committed to the run this game. We're not going to throw it 44 times. Hopefully we get Kenny back in the backfield. And I think we're going to be a little bit more committed. I think we'll be incorporating the use of the tight end on offense. I think we'll kind of run a little bit less spread, a little bit less empty formations. Still be a pretty decent passing game, right? but I think we'll be able to run the ball well. As for the defense, again, I think we should be prepared for a heavy run game and a lot of short screens, passing options, similar to week 1 is what I think is going to come from the Dolphins. Except the Dolphins are much more skilled and talented than the Broncos are, despite the quarterback issues for Miami. I think the pass rush also will look good, and I think we'll get some turnovers here and there that'll allow us to get the victory. The victory. Sweet 3-0. You know, every time we start the season 3-0, we always win the next one, and then the next one. And who knows, maybe the next one. You know, we've only been 5-0 once. So it sounds nice. You know, we could very easily be 5-0 at some point. But right now we'll be focused on 3-0. 3 wins. That's the amount of girlfriends Nick LaBow has right now. 3. That's why he's not here. He's visiting them all. One's in Boston, one's here, and then the other is in Belarus, which is somewhere in Europe, is what he told me.
Multitasker.
Yeah. So the score, I'm going to give it a little throwback. I'll give us a little throwback if you want to. Let me share my wonderful screen real quick, Norm.
Oh, you got a screen. Oh, we've got
I've got a little screen share. I think the score will be this score.
All right, hold on a second. They had it.
All right.
Oh, 2016 prediction music video.
We're rolling it back to the 2016. Norb, you're calling it. I think a few years later, we'll have a 27-13 victory over the Miami Dolphins to go to 3-0. I wouldn't be mad at that, right?
No, I would. If anything that has 3-0, heck, I'll be happy with a 2-0 win and go to 3-0. That's what it'll take. So, okay. All right. 27-13. Staying in that optimistic 2-score margin. Even though we haven't had that yet, we'll ride that and see what happens with this backup quarterback kicking in here. AD with another follow-up super chat asks, where is it? To NorbFam, my vocals will be featured in the music video, he says. Well, yes, I did get a couple of vocal tracks. I've never done this before in terms of actually working in viewer vocals into the mix. I haven't done it yet, so I've got to still work my magic because he and Andrew A. both submitted some vocals and lyrical ideas for one of the games. So I'm going to have to do some overtime to make all that sound tight. But yes, it's going to be...
He's overflowing with money. He's got tons of money in the bank.
He's working, man. He's got his own place. Dude's, living large. Living the dream, man. Beef Stroganoff says Reek Spoon versus Tyreek Waddle should be good. Yeah, I hope so. Good for us, I would like to hope. Alena, yes, thank you very much. AD, no problem. And let's see. I guess I got to talk about this game myself. So,
yeah.
Well, truth be told, I did already predict this in my music prediction video, and I'm always torn. Do I kind of cheat it a little bit and change my score prediction because of recent events, or just stick with what I did weeks ago? So if I were to stick with what I said weeks ago, I would be saying that the Dolphins were to come in here, pose an issue to the team because we've had 2 kind of relatively easier, weaker teams, and we come in against a team that's, at the beginning of the year, thought they would be a playoff team. And that we would lose the game in a kind of high-scoring affair, 30-24, and I'd lose by 6 points. But I'm starting to rethink that's a big deal, losing your quarterback. Anytime you lose your franchise quarterback, and recently paid expensive franchise quarterback, I'm mad at. He just signed a $200 million deal, did he not? Sky High? I'm pretty sure he just signed, right? Sky High? He just signed a lucrative contract with the Dolphins. Didn't he?
Who did again?
Tua.
Yeah, he did. He signed a massive deal.
Yeah, it's a massive deal. So, I'm sure that's troubling management over there. It's like, we just signed this guy, and all of a sudden now he's got potentially a career-ending, injury, and a serious one because it's your head. You can't tough your way out of a brain injury. Anyway, so I'm going to kind of...
around that.
For the show, anyway, I don't think I'm going to modify my music video because I feel like that'd be blasphemous to go back and re-edit my music video and change it because of that. But I will say for this show, anyway, that I think I'm just going to flip it. So I'm not going radically different, but I'm going to say it's going to be different this time. The defense is going to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to keep having that relentless pass rush. The secondary is going to keep locking it down. And I feel like Ken Walker Jr. is back. I feel like despite this porous offensive line, we're going to have enough defensive, firepower to keep the Miami Dolphins offense and those speedsters off the field. And if we can do that, then that means we get the ball more often. And if we keep doing that, we're going to eventually run the ball down the field. We're going to hit our targets like he's been doing. Gino's going to have another successful game where he's throwing for at least 250, 0 interceptions, and just spotting his targets, a different guy every week. This past week, it was the first week it was Lockett was the star. This time it was DK and JSN were the stars. Who knows who it'll be this week? But either way, I think he's going to keep spreading the love around, and we reflip that score. It'll be the Seahawks 30 and the Dolphins 24 victorious, and we go 3-0 this week.
There you go. Oh my goodness.
So now let's just for the sake of curiosity. So let's say you wanted to put some money on this game. Let's go gamble. For those of you who have legal gambling age and a legal online gambling state, again, this video being brought to you by my sponsor, BetUS. Let's say you go into BetUS and you go in there, take advantage of that promotion where you put the code YouTube150, they'll match your deposit 150% of the first deposit and 125% of the next two. So you got a bunch of money to play with here. So we look at this game right here. It's the Dolphins. And right now we got the Seahawks. BetUS has got the line at -4.5. So Seahawks are somewhere between a field goal and a touchdown favorites in this game as it stands right now. So if you wanted to, put a little money on the Seahawks, you go, okay, I'll take that bet. I think the Seahawks are going to be do what either Sky High or Norb says. So I'm going to go with the -4.5 of the Seahawks. Put some money here. Let's say, okay, I just want to risk a couple bills. We'll go 50. So if the Seahawks were to win this game, hey, it's still in there. I'm not really a gambler, but I'm at least showing you how to do it. 40, you'd win $45 and 45 and change if you were to bet on the Seahawks and they were to win by more than 4.5 points on Sunday. So that's how it works. It's that easy. But again, make sure that
What if you put
rules.
$50,000 in?
Let's see, just for grins. Let's just see, because I'm certainly not. They probably won't even let me enter that because it'd be let's just see, what, 50,000?
Yeah, $50,000.
$50,000. All right, let me see what $50,000 looks like. Yeah, sure. You have to get a lot of friends. 50. Whoops. Oh, 3,000 is the max. So I'm sorry. So if you put 3,000, let's see, 3,000. So if you bet $3,000, you would get $27.27 and 27 cents. $2,727.27 back. So there you go. It's not quite even money, but that's because the Seahawks are favored. Now, if you were to do the opposite and bet on the Dolphins, let's just see. We'll remove that one. Let's just see. If we were to take the Dolphins in the upset, let's say you put 50, but let's just say 100 for make it easy. You get 90 here. So it's a pretty, obviously not that far away, the odds for either team. So, but there you go. That's how easy it would be if you were to go to BetUS and try out your hand at online gambling. So,
gambling.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, AD says, I don't gamble. Well, you know what? You're a hardworking dude trying to save his money. You shouldn't gamble with money you can't afford to lose anyway. The number one thing about gambling is to make sure you're okay with losing that money. You certainly don't want to go into it hoping you'll have income by doing it, because that's a very risky situation. So there you go. But I guess that wraps it up, doesn't it? Sky High Aviation, thanks again for your breakdowns and your insight. Tell everybody where they could find you if they want you to check out any of your content on social media or on YouTube. What you got?
Yeah, I said it last week. I do zero uploading on my YouTube channel at this point. I've got almost a year worth of videos that I can upload, but I just got to edit them. So, maybe one day I'll grind it all out, but you can just find me Sky High Aviation, capital letters for all the beginning of the words. It's got I've got some nice content in there. If you like airplanes, obviously it's not anything sports related. Nothing too crazy. Again, that's me. But also, I like to apologize for Nick again not being here. He's got the 3 girlfriends, and Cam is also like quite literally on his way to becoming a head coach of a college football team. So, Jose, is UND Aviation hard to get into? I'm applying. No, not really. You just got to meet the deadline. You just got to be in there by the deadlines. I applied like in September. I got an acceptance letter a few months later. Just make sure you've got it's really not rigorous to get into. Once you actually start the work, yeah, it's rigorous. But the best part about you get rigorous, and then you get the other R word, rewarding. It's extremely rewarding, and I've had a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, watch hockey, do a lot of great things. So I wouldn't say it's that difficult to get into, but yeah, they do cap it because obviously they're trying to expand the program to an extent. But the airport's also going through an insane amount of construction right now. But yeah, they're trying to make the program larger and bigger so that more people can come. But right now they are capping it. So as long as you have good grades, as long as your transcripts are fine, and you fill out the application.
So you're telling us you had good grades.
I did, yes. I had good grades, and I mean I submitted my application to school through Common App, which is the way I submitted to like 5 schools at once. So
right.
Yeah, I think.
What kind of grades did you have?
A's. I spoke at my graduation because I was class vice president. But so.
Oh, why does it not surprise me?
Yeah,
Vice President, Sky High Aviation.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, you'll have a lot of, if you get in, you'll have a lot of fun here. There's a lot of great people. Everybody cares. It's crazy. I've never experienced such a great community of aviation professionals, great safety culture. It's just, I could go on and on. There's a crazy amount of things that we're doing right, and we're going to continue doing right. The only thing that's a negative about flying is that it's very expensive, especially if you're an out-of-student state, which I'm working on becoming a resident. Well, I am a resident of North Dakota. I just need to apply for tuition residency. I'll get the in-state tuition, and then also, if you're flying, expect to spend up to $90,000 to get all your certificates and ratings, just not including tuition costs to get where you want to be. So it's expensive.
Yeah,
but rewarding, right?
Up there in an airplane, right? I mean, there's no cheap way to get up in an airplane and fly around.
Our airplanes are the best. Screw Cessna. Piper Archers are where it's at. Those planes are fantastic to fly. I love them. So yeah.
Like I said, I dream of the day that you'll be the pilot of a commercial flight, and one day I'll just sit down and I'm going to hear, "This is Sky High Aviation, your captain speaking," and I'll be like, "I know this guy. I know when he was only like 10 years old or something like that.
Exactly.
And, he used to be on my show." And then you'll let me sit up in the cockpit on your lap and show me all the controls.
No.
Like a kid in a candy store.
Okay, Norb, this does this. This is the throttle.
This is the eject button. Don't push that one, young man.
Don't push that one. Don't turn off the fuel pumps, Norb. We need it.
Yeah. Uma, Pirate Girl Uma. Also, she celebrated her birthday on during the Patriots game. And she talks about the University of Washington is hard to get into. I went to University of Washington. I think a lot of you know that already. It's not like then. It was a walk in the park to go to the UW back then. Now it's really hard. It's really competitive. It used to be an advantage to be Asian and applying to UW. Now I think it's like a disadvantage because they have too many of them. There's too many of us going there now.
Gosh.
Like, he's Asian? Put him on the side here. Let's see if he's got a 4.0 or a 4.2. Yeah, no, it's college is serious business these days. But nonetheless, good luck to all of you guys who are going into college or trying to figure out your college plans, because we're going through that right now with Vanessa. So trying to figure out what the future is going to bring. I try to encourage her. I said, "Would you like to be a pilot?" I know a guy who's learning to be a pilot, and I just don't think she's just not feeling it. I said, "You've known you wanted to do this since I've known you. I mean, you don't call yourself Sky High Aviation and not know you want to be a pilot at a young age like that. So it's pretty cool that you knew from get-go.
I knew I wanted to be a pilot since I was watching your videos in the year 2013, 2014.
You're only what, like 10 years old or something then?
8 or 9. I was
8 years old, you already knew what your career was. That's crazy.
biggest NorbCam fan of all time.
I mean, I'm turning 55. I'm turning 55 on Thursday, and I still don't know what I want to do for my living.
My
I'm
parents
just kind
like,
of fooling around.
who's this clown that you keep watching that lives up in Seattle? I'm like, it's NorbCam, man. You don't know it. You don't know it. This guy's literally insane. So yeah.
What's cool about that? I got to actually meet you at that NFC Championship game against the Packers, and then I got a picture with you, and you're like tiny little dude back then.
Yeah,
but you know what's funny? What I get, it's kind of cool and depressing at the same time. Is like it just happened the other day. I was at Safeway, middle of the night. It was late, close to midnight probably, doing some late night shopping, and I see this kid. He's probably high school, like maybe a junior or senior, and he recognizes me. He goes, "Hey, you're NorbCam, right?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Man, I used to watch you all the time when I was."
What do you mean?
Middle school. I was like, "Used to? I'm still doing it." Where you go? I'll go check you out. I get that a lot. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't go anywhere. What stopped?
No,
it's very sad. Like I used to watch you.
What happened?
What happened? I don't know.
You still make great content. Come on, I used to see you're a popular guy. You get recognized quite often. I would hope so.
It's always Costco. That's my favorite being recognized place. There's something about Costco and being recognized by people. I don't know.
I'll tell you what,
my
flight instructor has seen the video of you watching the Super Bowl 49 reaction. I'm like, have you ever seen this video before? The guy who's like that in the thumbnail, and he's like, yeah, I've seen that video. I've had friends show me
Really? Your
that
flight
video.
instructor?
He's supposed to like, I know
instructor.
that guy. I know that guy. I make videos with that guy.
That's
like,
hilarious.
cool.
That's great. Alena, one of my diehard fans, always in on every stream. She says hi. She says she wants to say hi to Sky. So hi, Sky.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. All right. Power Girl Uma, even while she's at the Mariners game, watching the Yankees Mariners right now, she's taking the time to comment in here while being at the game. She's really the multitasker.
I hate the Yankees.
And I hate your baseball team too.
Oh man, it's just great. I love winning. It's so fun.
Freaking Astros fan.
It's your fault. It's your guys' fault. Let's be honest.
Even when you guys were sucking and we were like 10 games over, ahead in first place way back in June, I never once trash talked about the Astros. Much as I wanted to, I just had a feeling like if I say something now, it's going to jinx me later. And sure enough, even though I didn't say anything, I was maybe thinking it, still came back to bite us in the butt. And I don't know, damn Astros. But ain't over. It's still too close. 12 games left? And we play you guys in a 3-game series sometime in the next week and a half or something. That's going to be fun.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Anyway, all right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up with a little fun little banter at the end here. So don't forget to subscribe. Go check out Sky High Aviation's airplane videos, and of course, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, subscribe to me here and like this video, comment away, and yes, give some love to BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. Again, great deal if you're into gambling and you don't have a gambling problem and it's legal in your state. Make sure and you're of legal gambling age. It's a great place to go if you are you're qualified for all those things. And what was I gonna say? I was just blanking. I was gonna check because I was really close to 53,000 subs. I was like at 22,996.
We shouldn't stop. We shouldn't stop the stream until
52. Wait, 52,997. I should just be on a refuse to quit stream. There I am. 52,997. Can we get to 53?
Yeah. Hey guys. Yeah. Exactly. Somebody.
3 people.
Tell your brother, your mom to come just subscribe.
Yeah, just tell somebody, some random stranger at Safeway at the store. Hey, will you just subscribe to this guy? Who's that? This doesn't matter. Just subscribe to him. And let's get him over to the 53K mark. Let's see if we can do it. We'll give it 3 minutes to see if we can get 3 subscribers. I'll sign off at 7:30. Let's see if we can do it. I should put a counter on the screen.
Yeah, put a counter on the screen.
And put on this counter the subscribe screen. And
and
while you're at it, since we're in the overtime period, why don't you give Tyler the link and we can put Tyler on here.
Yes,
we did kind of promise him that.
We did. He just texted me a minute ago. Send me link.
52,997. Hold on.
Hold on.
Let me get the little window up here. See, by the time I actually figure out how to put the window up, you guys have already hit the mark.
Come on, Norb, hurry.
I gotta get. There's nothing like trying to make graphics on your program on the fly. It's really fun. Okay. Oh, okay. We're kind of there, sort of. I don't like show too much information here.
Yeah. Your Google password.
It's like all like my passwords all showing in here.
Oh no!
There we
Come
go.
on, guys, come on. Tyler,
There
get
you
your
go.
brother to
Let's just-
subscribe if he has it.
Let's just get that thing up there. There we go. We'll put that over here for. No wait, you guys got to be able to see it. There we go. All right, we're just gonna sit here until that counter goes up.
Come on, guys, just tell somebody to subscribe. It's not that hard.
So, what you got planned for tonight? Sky High. We're not even going to engage the audience. You and I will just talk until this number goes up. What's the plan?
What happened earlier today? I went through with my roommate, we did some baseball activities. I went back, got some Chick-fil-A. It's just sitting on the counter right now of my apartment. Go take a shower, watch some baseball, watch the Astros take on the Padres, maybe clock in on the Mariners as well, and eat that Chick-fil-A and just go to bed. Tomorrow I gotta do groceries. Gotta do groceries tomorrow. Gotta go. We don't got no Safeway or Costco here or Hagen or Fred Meyer or none of that.
What do you got? The on-campus grocery store? Is that all you got?
No, I don't live on campus anymore. I live in an apartment.
Oh,
now.
you don't.
This
okay.
green screen is hiding my room right now. Essentially,
Do you not have your roommate anymore?
I do. I have two now. I have the same one from last one, the one that kind of just stared at the screen for a while.
The quiet dude who'd be playing his video game in the background.
Yeah, the quiet one. Yeah, exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And then we got another one as well. And so, yeah. Oh,
Uma Burns. This is Jade's, Uma Pirate Girl Uma's sister is on the chat because of that. Subscribe. Oh, and look who's here. Tyler Parcher is in the house.
Going off the rails. Let's go.
GT says, how badly will we beat the Dolphins this Sunday? Well, I got it a 6-point win, and Sky High's got it as a 2-touchdown win. We'll see.
Sorry I couldn't be on the show on last Sunday. I was at the Mariner game.
Oh, I know. I think they won. They had that nice, was it 7-0 win against the Rangers? That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and whatever his name is, Randy did a ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, ball 4, and then he smacked it out of the park.
Yeah, that was awesome. I saw that. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
We're
998.
getting closer. We're getting closer. We need 2.
Tyler, is your brother subscribed to the channel?
I don't know, but I don't know if he'll
Text him
answer my text.
Oh,
Look,
come on. Go find him right now. Where is
just
he?
somebody, subscribe, and then, after it hits 53,000, you can just unsubscribe. I just want it for that temporary feeling. Just do it for a second, and then you can.
People don't know the history between Tyler's brother and I. There's like high odds that we went to the same elementary school, and I lived up in Bellingham for like 2 years.
Oh, that's right, because he was a North Ender. That's true.
Yeah, Tyler.
Well, you should honestly stream the Mariner game. That would be kind of fun.
I don't like it.
I might catch the end. I might catch the end if it's an exciting close game. Maybe I'll come out for the end. I've got a whole bunch of life stuff I got to take care of. Boring life stuff that has to get done. Life always gets in the way of live streaming.
Me and my family have been parking at Linwood, and we've been taking the light rail to the game.
Oh, nice. That's the way to go. Not to have to pay for expensive parking and the traffic getting out of there. All right, let's see where it's at now. Do we have enough? I'm going to refresh it. Oh, still 98. Watch it'll start going down.
I'm doing my work right now. I'm getting some work.
Tell your friends.
I wonder if I can.
Oh, Jay says, "What's up, Ty?" But yeah, it's
I'll send him the link. Hold on. As a matter of fact, if I can. Let's see.
So this week, a lot of volleyball for my daughter Vanessa. We had a big, exciting game on Saturday, and they won this. Kent Ridge has not been historically, at least for the last 6 years we've been here, has not been a really good team. It's a simply way to put it. But they had this great moment on Saturday where they actually attended this the jamboree at my old high school, by the way, Kent Meridian. And they won the sucker. They beat like 6 wins, and they beat one of the better teams in the league, and not in our league, but in the area. Beat West Seattle twice, once, and then early in action, and then the championship to win.
I sent him the link.
The whole thing. And they got a little plaque and medals and everything. It was a great moment for the girls. And then we had our first official game yesterday, and they won that one. So far it's a good start to the season, and we got a game tomorrow and a game after that. So it's getting busy. It's getting real. But this is Vanessa's final season playing volleyball at the high school level. So it'll be sad when it's all over. Refreshing. Oh, still 998. Still 998.
Norb, since I upgraded my phone, I have my old one still.
Subscribers.
And I have a SIM card out of it now, and it's just Wi-Fi.
Right on.
Do you get a new phone every year, Tyler?
I know you have a nicer phone than I do, I think.
Yeah,
I'm still stuck in this is an iPhone 13, I think. This is still a 13. What are we up to now? 15?
Broncos stream, and they had a really cool pyrotechnic thing at the game when they shot like smoke.
Oh yeah. They had it smelled like 4th of July in the stadium, because normally they just do the explosions and they do the little red flares that go up. This time they had these streamed red and green and stuff, and it was cool. So it was like these smoke trails that launched up.
Maybe I can get the.
Then of course the entire stadium was got a haze of all these different colors smoke. But it was cool. I loved it. I don't know if they'll do it again. But
maybe they will. I
awesome.
don't know.
Look at Alena, moderator, fabulous moderator. Let's go, people! Please subscribe. Watch 2 hours later.
See if I
still
can
stuck
find
at
it.
998. Alena said that hopefully the NFC West is ours this year. We need the Cardinals to lose to the Lions next week, and we are in control of the NFC West division. Let's go get it. Go Hawks. And Joe Kagan says, this Friday, Tahoma football plays Kennedy Catholic. We're going to play both those teams, by the way. Tahoma and Kennedy are in our division. We play both those teams twice. We have never beaten Tahoma. In all the years that I've been here with both girls, we have never beaten Tahoma. They have been the thorn in our side. Kennedy, too, is really tough to beat. Tahoma's going to get cream. Kennedy Catholic varsity football is tough to beat. Alena said, I can't stand Kennedy. They're really good.
There we go.
Vanessa's club team actually is made up of a lot of Kennedy players. What is this? How the heck has it become a party line? Why are all these people standing by here now? Let's see. It's a party. AD's in the house, and
you guys can't keep doing
Jade from Lumen Field or not Lumen Field, from T-Mobile Park is joining on here.
What the heck?
I set her the link.
I had not planned for the show to go off the rails like this, but hey, that's how it goes.
Yeah,
52,999. One more and I end the stream. So here's a good way to advertise it. If you're sick and tired of this stream already, just add one more subscriber and I'll put you out of your misery. You don't have to have this anymore. AD's in here, off of work, at home, just chilling, watching some NorbCam live stream.
Yep, how's it going, guys?
I just caught a ball.
What? You caught a foul ball?
Yeah.
Where's your video? Show the video. I want to see it. Put the camera on.
Okay, I don't know about
Put the camera on.
Dude, alright, hold on. Dude, give me my portable charger because my phone's gonna die. I can't even.
Oh, Norb, Jay wanted me to tell you this, but one of his friends got egged at the Mariner game.
Friends.
Oh, I heard about that. She mentioned that on the stream. Yeah. For some reason, bad things always happens to Jay.
You were at the game when Kirby got hit by a ball too.
Yeah, because my grandfather was like 77.
Oh, yeah, when somebody in the crowd threw a ball at Kirby, it almost, I think it did, glanced off his shoulder or something. Luckily, it didn't hit him in the head or the face or anything like that.
It actually hit him in the waist, and then I remember just seeing like 3 security guards in like this formation, and they were going to talk about, is the kid going to go, or was the mom going to go as well?
I don't know whoever threw it, what they were thinking.
I
thought this was a good idea.
They both got kicked out. They got a lifetime ban. You're not supposed to throw at the pitcher. And I'm like...
Yeah, that's a pretty bad thing to throw things at players on the field.
You
I
can't.
remember
I'm gonna be on
in
the stream
Oakland.
for the Monday night game. I'm gonna be in Marysville that day, so I'll be
Yeah.
on the show.
This game
Well, you
on-
know what? This is the heartbreaker for me, is that Monday night's going to be an epic game on the road against the Lions on Monday Night Football, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I will not be streaming because my daughter Vanessa plays that night, and I'm the live stream video guy for. So I am going to be missing the Monday night game against the Lions. Breaks my heart, but I can't be at two places at once, and this is Vanessa's final year, so I got to be there for that. So I'm already telling you now that I'm going to be missing that Monday night epic game, and it's probably going to be like a
we
game of the
could
century.
do like a watch party for that game.
Oh my god. Finally we have a run. I can't stand this 4-1. Get us another run.
It's 4-1. We're losing 4-1.
Yes. I can't stand Boone because he's so entitled. I mean, I hate him to death. I hate
Check
him.
this. Check it. Reset it.
I'm checking it. Hey, we did it! We did it! 53,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, all you viewers out there. 53K, like the number 53, like Boye Mafe, number 53.
All right.
Good things happen in threes. 53,000. Thank you so much, you guys. Couldn't have done this without you. So that we are going to wrap things up. Thank you so much. That is it. And the little party line will come to an end here. We'll go watch the Mariners. I got to do some life stuff. But Sky High, thanks again for all your game prep and your breakdowns. Always look forward to it and love it. Tyler, it's good to see you. Jay, it's good to see you. I still wanted to see the video of that ball, but you're not showing us pictures.
Because now I have ice on it. Oh.
And there we go. Alena, so that's a great birthday gift to you, NorbCam. So thank you, Alena. You are the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you for your commitment and always being
Oh,
there for me.
happy early birthday, buddy.
No, I still got 2 days to go before I get the senior discount. So I'm gonna enjoy not being eligible for the senior discount for 48 more hours or so, and then after that, it's gonna be like officially an old man. Officially.
Oh boy.
I'm already an old man. I'm just gonna be an official old man where I can literally qualify for discounts. Crazy senior menu. Can't believe that. Let me sit there with my.
You should go to at least one more
specs,
Mariner game,
my
Norb.
glasses.
At least.
You know, if the Mariners are still in it and they're like get down that final series and it means something, I might try to get some last minute tickets and go
I
there.
can't stand them. Go back to being 9 and 17, you piles of trash.
Jose's just gonna be like, I don't want to get into it with Jade. All right, before things get heated, I'm going to wrap things up. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. More videos to come, and of course, the live stream from Lumen Field this Sunday with the Seahawks taking on the Dolphins, hopefully to go 3-0.
Hopefully the pyrotechnics will happen again.
It will happen. It's going to be a fun time. So we'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your week, and go Hawks, baby.
Go on.